What's up guys, it's Klex, and today I'm going to be getting into how to be a better objective player in Cold War. As the name says, the OBJ player should be the person with the most time on the objective. This role requires you to be the selfless guy on your team. You're most likely going to be the guy on your team with the least amount of kills, and possibly even be the one with most deaths. Reason being, you are playing around areas that everybody is going to be heavily focusing on, which of course is the objective. This player shouldn't worry so much about his KD ratio, but rather focus on stats like how many defense he gets on hardpoint. This person should also be generally smart in how they play the game, always communicating well and putting themselves in advantageous positions throughout the map. On top of that, I'd say this role would be filled in well by someone who could see themselves as the leader for their team. Reason being is that this person is on the front lines and sees exactly what the team needs to do in various moments during the map to win in most scenarios. Also, you're going to be the guy running around with an SMG no matter what, so keep that in mind. This objective needs a player that can balance playing fast, but know when to slow it down when it would be good to do so. You also need to be okay with being the guy baiting for his teammates that may be close to getting streaks. Overall, you need to be fine with being the guy that helps his teammates shine and not be too much in the spotlight yourself. Basically, you're gonna be doing the dirty work for your team. Now that you know if this is the right role for you, let's get into the tips. Your goal should be on maps to get defense and HP, for example. Staying alive, getting as many points on the objective as possible, and possibly even getting score streaks on your own. Always communicate that you're using a trophy to your team. Use tacticals such as stuns or flashbangs to get intel on where the enemy is as well. Speaking of intel, the minimap is going to be your best friend for getting knowledge on how you should be positioning yourself by filling in the gaps your team needs you to fill in. Use the contest alert symbol on hardpoint as a way to know where the enemy is for sure. In those situations, make sure that the enemy has to push you. That way, you're fighting them when you have the advantage to do so. Don't take risky, stupid gunfights, basically. And like I said, make the enemy push you. You don't push them. This way, you'll get easier kills. Overall, as the OBJ player, your job is to get defense, waste the enemy's time, and stay alive. You want to be that annoying player that is really hard to get off the hill, or the control point as well. One of the most important stats for HP, as I've said, is how many defense you get. So try to use that as a statistic to always shoot for to go high in and hardpoint and possibly control too. Now, when rotating, you're going to want to get on the hills early and use communication well, as I mentioned earlier. Since you're on the front lines, you're going to generally be the first to see important scenarios happen in the map. So you're going to want to be able to communicate thoroughly with your teammates because, well, you're going to be seeing the most important things go down. Now onto movement. Use movement in this game to its full advantage. Slide, jump, slide, cancel, all this kind of stuff. Watch my 50 pro tips video as I got a lot of tips on that in that video. But more importantly, I would say look up to players like Shotzi if you can see them, especially when the league starts, because he doesn't really stream that much. But you can still get a ton of pro tips from other players, other pro players, I want to stress. And you know, you could research those on a bunch of their videos on the topic of movement in Cold War. For example, I got exact pros you can look up, such as Octane, Attach, and Apathy. On top of that, be aware of what is better to do in a scenario when rotating. Try to be the guy that gets the scrap time or rotate to the next hill. Whatever is best for the situation at hand, you'll get used to that. You'll have a better mindset on how to do that the more you play the game competitively. To finish off the video, if I had to give you a few words to summarize how to play well as an objective player in Cold War, I would say play in a way that makes the map easier for your team to play through. Alright guys, that's pretty much it. That's the tips I've got for you on how to play better in the objective role for Cold War. I got tons of videos on the channel if you want to up your game in competitive Call of Duty, and more on the way as well. So if you like the video, go ahead and leave a like. If you'd like to see more videos like this, go ahead and leave a sub. It's as simple as that. It's been Klex, guys, and I'm out. Peace.